Hey guys, this is NFL Fan 13343 back here with this will be my first video on this channel. I promised I would be recording this. Anyways, this video is meet the most overrated team in the NFL. Before I get to the team, there are a few teams I would like to mention who I was considering, but no. One of the teams are the Vikings, not because of their defense, but their offense. I'm not sure if Thielen's going to slow down next year because of one good year. I have questions on their line still other than Eflin and Reef. And Cousins I'm a little iffy about. We'll see. If it can all connect together, then I could be wrong, but we'll see. Panthers, they have good year, bad year, good year, bad year, and then it just goes on. So, as far as that goes, I think the Panthers are up there because they don't really have a ton on offense. I mean, okay, sure, you have Cam Newton, you have Greg Olsen, I mean, you have Christian McCaffrey, running back, who makes a good dual threat running back. But outside of them, what else do they have? Like, seriously, Devin Funchess is okay, but just not that guy. DJ Moore is not proven to be a #1 receiver yet. And Curtis Samuel hasn't even played, really. I don't have a ton of hopes for their receiving core this year. So, it's gonna be tough this year. But here's the thing. The Panthers are just overrated this year. And their defense is not that great either. Their line is overrated. I mean, other than Kawan Short, there's not really a ton at their line. Their linebacking core is good, but their secondary is awful. Okay, sure, you might have Anthony Miller, but who else? I mean, okay, yes, you have Kurt Coleman, but what is he gonna do? I don't have a ton of belief in this Panthers team this year. So, they're an honorable mention. Another one I'd like to mention are the Eagles. Because they are like the Falcons, like, okay, I like their offense. I don't have any problems with their offense. Except for tight end. But their defense is where I have question marks. Like, really? Who's going to be that #2 guy? And who else is going to be stepping up? And who's going to do that? And the other thing I'm concerned about is that another thing I'm concerned about is their secondary. Not their starting spot, but their secondary. Now, I did hear they did sign a defensive back. I don't know who it is, but I can't remember his name, but they signed someone in the secondary, which I pretty much like a lot. I love their secondary. Or not, I don't love it, but I mean, but really, I mean, okay, you do have Keanu Neal, who's due for a breakout year, and Desmond Trufant, arguably the most underrated corner in the NFL. But really, Ricardo Allen's not that good. And who is going to step up at #2? Robert Alford's not that good, and Brian Poole's more built to be a slot or safety. So, I'm not really too high on the Falcons secondary this year. So, I'm going to say they go. So, yeah. And the Eagles, because, I mean, on their offense, there's a lot of questions. Will Wentz be able to bounce back from the ACL injury? Is Foles going to be able to play well if Wentz is out? Or is Who's gonna step up as that power? Like, who else is gonna step up other than Jay Ajayi? Will Corey Clement step up? Will whoever step up? And receiver Alshon Jeffrey, we don't know how. I don't think he's gonna be back till the start of the season. Nelson Aguilar, question is, will he be able to prove that he's not a bust and it was just a slow start? And Mike Wallace, is he still good? And Mac Hollins, will he be able to break out and all that stuff? And yeah, all those questions. And on defense, who's going to step up at linebacker other than Jordan Hicks? And secondary, who else is going to step up other than Ronald Darby and Malcolm Jenkins? But that being said, that took up about 6 minutes of the video, which I wasn't hoping for. But without further ado, meet my most overrated team in the NFL. That being the San Francisco 49ers. I put it on roster instead because that other picture was pretty inappropriate because I didn't want. Because when I tried it earlier, it just showed a bunch of inappropriate crap. But not that it matters. But that being said, the 49ers are my most overrated team. Here's the thing. I mean, this guy, Garoppolo's good, but 5 good games. And people are saying, oh, this team's going to make the playoffs. This team's going to be Super Bowl contenders again. Dude, give him a year. I'm not ready to say this team is Super Bowl bound yet. Or playoff bound. Give them another year. Like, what do they have? Like, okay, sure, at quarterback they have Jimmy Garoppolo, but what else? At running back, oh, right, they have Jerick McKinnon right there. But, really? I mean, at wide receiver, you do have Marquise Goodwin and Pierre Garçon, but really, at tight end, George Kittle, he's not even that good. And their line isn't even that great other than Mike McGlinchey and Joe Staley. And they should never have traded Trent Brown. And their defense isn't that great either. I mean, okay, at the line, they do have DeForest Buckner. They do have Cassius Marsh. They do have Eric Armstead, Solomon Thomas. But really, and at linebacker, they do have Reuben Foster. But who else is going to step up is the question. I don't like their secondary at all. I mean, Richard Sherman is coming. I like that addition. But is he going to be able to step up is the question. I just don't have a ton of belief in this team this year. I like their coach, but so I won't be shocked. But there's just something about him that I don't like. Hey, I won't be shocked if they make the playoffs, but this team is overrated for sure. This team is overrated. Like, okay, what record prediction do I have them going? 8-8. Here's why. I've already mentioned their roster. They have to play the Rams twice, who are going to be just as dangerous this year, if not more dangerous. I mean, unless if Goff or Gurley goes down, then because that's always a possibility, which we hope doesn't happen. But that being said, the Rams are, unless that scenario happens, this team is going to be much better this year, talent-wise. Like, they picked up studs, and they picked up pretty good players. Like, I like what they added their secondary end, as well as Ndamukong Suh, and him and Aaron Donald together. That is going to be a nightmare for opposing offenses. That's going to be a nightmare. But, dude, they have to play and that's not going to help. Like, I consider their line not that great, and like the 49ers roster, not that great. And on offense, or not on offense, on defense, this team is so overrated. Or no, and they do have to play the Cardinals twice, who could be a sneaky one this year too. Because I like Steve Wilkes. He might be a good coach as well. Wilkes is a good coach. And you've also in the NFC North, the Lions. They could be a pretty sneaky team this year with a good offense and pretty underrated defense. And yes, I am a Lions fan. You've also got the Packers to deal with. Aaron Rodgers coming back healthy. Plus, he's finally is a running attack of some sort and a solid receiving core. And on defense, their line is pretty dangerous. And their secondary might be a lot better this year. Plus, you got the Vikings, who could be dangerous this year. I'm not saying they aren't going to be good. Like, I'm not saying that. I just think they're getting too much credit. The 49ers could very easily beat them, but the Vikings just, I think, are too good. And not to mention, you've also got the Bucks with a really powerful offense to deal with. And you've also got the Giants, who could be primed to bounce back this year. Plus, in the AFC sides of things, the Chargers are going to be in for a breakout year. Also, you've got a pretty dangerous Broncos team to deal with. And like Cardinals, Lions, and Giants, and Bucks, they could all be sneaky teams this year. Oh, I forgot to mention the Bears, too. They could also be sneaky one. So, you see, I think Lions go, or I think, why did I mention that? But not back to what I was saying. The 49ers, just, they're not gonna be a great team, as good as people hope or expect. For me, guys, I'm expecting an 8-8, 9-7, 10-6 at best season. I'm not expecting a playoff appearance from them. You heard it from me, though. This is Wireless to be signing out, or not Wireless. That is one of my channels I used to make videos on. But please subscribe to this channel, NFL Fan 13343. And if you disagree or you like my video or there's something that else could be added, please leave a comment on that. But other than that, thank you very much. I'm not trying to be a hater. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Peace.